Yeah, it was really awful. It was a really good game. It would have been the perfect game to show you guys, but we found another one that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And actually, what happened in the interim of that story is the Zerg player gets his Greater Spire built, and he's building Corruptors now.
I am. This is a very one of the first times I've ever tried Corruptors. You know.
And the Protoss player has actually got his Twilight Council down, and what I was thinking is I was waiting for the leg upgrade on my Zealots. I know that you have Hydralisks now, and actually my little switch up was that I sort of go Phoenixes to force you to Hydras, and then pump Zealots to destroy your Hydras and push into your main. But
you do not expect Corruptors.
So I actually added those 3 gateways at my natural. I was about to start pumping Zealots. I had my speed upgrade coming, and I was expecting to just run over your Hydras with my Zealots.
Yeah, and at this point, really, I'm pushing not because I have a good army to push with, but because I know that I've been teching this whole game to get up to my Corruptors, and you see me upgrading my Spire. You know, I was upgrading my Hatchery now. I'm just mainly going for a tech build, and I know I had to show you some kind of force in order just to be like, okay, stay back, please, for a little while.
One thing you did great in this game with your Zerg was that you did put that light pressure on me the entire game while you were teching, which is what you need to do while you're teching. And it kept me out of your base. It kept me from really committing to a harassment of you. I could have probably gone and canceled your natural, but I wasn't able to because of the constant pressure you had on me. And now you've gotten to the point where you can build God.
Broodlords, and this is one of the few times I've ever seen Broodlords in a replay.
And you mean Zerg God?
Yeah, Zerg Gods. Okay, another thing I like to point out is something I've been doing a lot lately. I'm not doing it in this game. Is it's great with Zerg to use your Overlords to just mask what you're doing. So in a lot of games actually lately, I've been taking my Overlords to my Greater Spire.
It's really
and
cool
hiding it.
Yeah, it's true, and I've noticed that when you have your Overlords over your tech buildings, you really can't see what's going on.
I mean,
there.
you can still obviously if you scroll in, but you know, just at first glance, if you're getting like a quick in and out, you just don't notice what's going on. And now here you see,
I do see the Corruptors finally, and in my head, I sort of know you might have been going Broodlords because you had done this to me maybe 1 or 2 games before this, and I start freaking out, and there are Broodlords, and I'm running away from them. I'm running back to my natural at this point.
And you have to be very careful with your Corruptors, as they're much faster than Broodlords. I'm realizing this in this game as I go.
One thing I want you guys to notice is look at that one Corruptor. See, it's already on half life. Just keep watching its life, and you'll see now. I did run back to my natural. I did have a couple cannons there. It's in range of my pylon, so I can warp in reinforcements. My plan at this point is I'm going to try to hold off the Broodlords as long as possible while I warp in something that can kill the Corruptors and then kill the Broodlords. I'm thinking air at this point because I have Stargate.
You have carriers coming in now.
Carrier.
I'm not so sure that's the best idea, though.
I don't know what you know what? I don't know what the best idea would be in this case.
Like in this case, right here, what I'm looking at is I see 3 Stalkers, I see 2 Phoenixes, and I see a bunch of Zealots to take the heat of these Broodlings. And I see an opportunity to really come in and at least take 2 of these Broodlords down before the Corruptors.
I could have tried to run in at this point, but at the same time, I do want to just point out. I did point out the health on that Corruptor, and I just want to point out how quickly those Corruptors are able to kill the Phoenixes, and also so the Phoenixes are almost invalidated at this point. And you have 3 more Broodlords coming. I have 3 Stalkers and a Sentry, and honestly, you'll also see later that the Stalkers and the Sentry don't stand up that well against the Broodlords either. So. And the Broodlords have 270 HP. That's almost as much HP as an Arbiter.
Yeah, well, one of the great things about Broodlords is that if you can just get a few out, and I find this best against Protoss, because Terran has such a great anti-air that it's much harder to pull off. I've done a couple of games against Terran with Broodlords, most of which I've won, but a few of which I lost, but it's been much more of a challenge against Terran to keep my Broodlords alive, just because their anti-air is so strong. But either way, with Broodlords, the pro of it, really, is that even with just a few, you can keep your opponent so occupied.
Yeah.
Like at this point, you're occupied with just keeping these Broodlings back. Now, not even fighting the source.
If you look at those Corruptors now, you'll see that they come in. You do have some Corruptor reinforcements, but I have my carrier out. I don't think I'm even able to kill. I'm able to kill 1 Corruptor before you kill my 2 Phoenixes and my carrier. So that's 5 Corruptors against 2 Phoenixes and a carrier, and I only got 1 Corruptor kill before you took out all of my forces.
Now, so you're saying
you don't know? So basically, what I'm saying is that is that while it looked like I was kind of hanging back there and maybe I should have been pushing into your broodlords before you massed up too many, is that in reality I was hanging back because I knew just how effective those broodlords are, and that if I were to push forward, I was holding back, trying to buy some time to get. I'm building a mothership. I'm building another carrier. I was hoping to maybe get those units out in time to help defend, but the timing wasn't going to work out.
So what was your thought behind the mothership? Was there any specific thought? Or no? Because we discussed this before. The mothership
was like,
useless.
let me build this useless unit. Okay, I also want to point out how quickly those broodlings do kill the stalkers. I had to run away from them because I know that they kill so quickly. But it really is insane.
We're holding up decently well.
Oh, I mean, you got me at the tail end of the broodlings. But we'll see when the broodlings get up there how well they hold out. But I mean, with the mothership at this point, here, look how quickly they go down to just a couple of broodlings. I mean, those 3 stalkers really wouldn't have.
So do you think Protoss needs stronger anti-air then?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I did mishandle the
what's...
situation to a certain extent. A better counter might have been for me to have Blink research and immediately tried to warp in as many stalkers as I could, got into critical mass of stalkers, and blinked under your
right. Oh, directly under? Okay.
Another counter would be of maybe to have gone for High Templar and Archons instead of air. But I had the air tech already, so I figured at this point I had already invested, and Protoss tech is so hard to switch that I might as well try to counter them as best I could with what tech I already had. And you just see how quickly the Corruptors are able to. I mean, the Broodlords aren't defenseless.
There he is, Mothership. It's so rare that you see
beautiful, useless Mothership.
But
so it doesn't even come with enough energy to use anything.
That sucks. So your thought was at this point to what? To cloak your units? Be able to like just even cloak your stalkers to just come in and
I mean, to be honest, when I built the Mothership, I already suspected I was going to lose the game, and I was just clicking the most powerful things I could to see what I could build that might be able to stop the broodlords. And the Protoss, capital ships, the mothership and the carrier just take too long to build. I think maybe if I had those 2 carriers and a mothership at my natural when your broodlords came in, it might have been possible for me to push it back. But the timing was just off on that. So I think really it was a matter of me seeing the broodlords too late, and not being able to get something together. I think that tech would have been okay against the number of broodlords you have. I mean, 2 or 3 carriers, a mothership, and what I had on the ground, I think might have been okay. But yeah, you just came in without enough time for me to get that together.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you guys. We hope you enjoyed. And maybe next time you might enjoy a game that was played by somebody other than Guns Akimbo and Negative Suns, because I didn't play this game. I didn't just lose to Guns Akimbo. That was some other Protoss player.
Listen, a bronze league player beat a platinum league player.
It's true,
and it just shows that platinum league don't mean shit. It's just you guys got lucky with the beta, and you got into platinum league before you had to fight the real cream of the crops.
It doesn't show in any way that broodlords might be too strong.
Not too strong. You just gotta be smart.
You're right,
and you need some observers, and you gotta scout better.
Yeah, I will try.
All right. Well, yeah. Send us your replays. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye.
GG.
GG.